Hello, GoodBarbers. Today we're going to talk about what's happening behind the scene and how GoodBarber adds new features. So my first question for you today, Jérôme, is how GoodBarber adds new features.
In fact, it's a three-steps process. First step, we work with the product manager team and the designers. Then the developers and the engineering team code the new feature, and after that, before releasing it, beta testers give their feedback, and if it's okay, we launch the new feature.
Okay, so how does it start?
It always starts with an ID. So the inspiration for the ID can have several inputs. It can be a user feedback, it can be a trend or something, an envy, something we want to do. And when you're surrounded with passionate people like here, it's always easy to find good ideas.
Okay, so when you have the ideas, what are you doing after that?
So for every project we make, the ID is only 5% of the tasks to be done.
Okay.
So when we have the ID, the first thing to do next is to work with the product manager, the product team, and the designers to draw what we are going to do.
Okay.
And when we make very big new features, it's better to split this process in two parts. The first part, we create mock-ups, so we draw each page of the new feature. So we create mock-ups like this one on notebook or on the blackboard.
Okay.
And during this phase, we focus on the user interface.
Okay.
So once it's done, we work with the designers, and the designers create screenshots for every page in Photoshop, and that will be the exact copy of what it will be on your app or on the backend. And during this phase, we focus on look and feel and what the feature will be when it will be real, in fact.
Okay, so what is the benefit of doing the design first?
Doing the design first helps us to have the final result,
Okay.
and to make decisions before spending a lot of time developing the feature. And there is another benefit, it's that images are better than words, and everyone can see what it will look like, and it's better to decide when, for the engineering team, for instance, what would be the choices to create the feature and to develop it.
Okay, so when my design is done, what is the next step?
So next step, the engineering team take the screenshots, developer grab their keyboards, and they give birth to the feature. But before that, there is always a meeting between product managers, designers, and the engineering team, because when engineers give their input, we always find new tips and tricks to improve and make the feature even better.
Okay, so when all these steps are done, when do you decide to put this feature to the users?
So first, we test it here at the office with the whole team. Everybody tests. Then we release the feature to a pool of beta testers.
Okay.
This is the reason why in the backend sometimes you can see the label beta in some menu. And once beta tester give their feedback, and once everything is corrected and okay, we release the feature to everybody.
Okay, so my last question for you is when the next updates or new feature are coming in GoodBarber?
So we have a big pack on the pipe, and before the end of the month, we will release a bunch of new features, very cool and fun new features. So it will be happening very soon.
Okay, did you heard that, guys? So stay tuned and check the updates, the Tuesday updates, and see you next week. Bye.